I want to test something new with you today. I want to ask ChatGPT what Asana workflow to build, and I want to build it and show you the steps I'm going to follow and how to actually build an efficient workflow. So kind of gives you a sneak peek of what a workshop could be with a consultant like us. As a reminder, I work for i.DO. We are an Asana solutions partner, and we can help you deploy Asana as well as provide licenses. So let's have a look. I just did a try run on my personal ChatGPT account. I have no idea what ChatGPT is going to tell me today. So let's have a look. The prompt is very simple. I'm a consultant. I want to entertain my audience. Give me an original Asana workflow idea for a fictional client, and I will build it for them sharing my screen. Also gave a few additional instructions, like it should be super short. I don't want too much details. It shouldn't include anything that requires code to work. And I don't care about the actual task and their names and the actual content of the project. I really want to focus on the structure, the sections, the rules, whatever will be required to be built. Let's go. ID to execution workflow for a creative agency. All right, so let's say ID management for a creative agency, and let's say that I want to be able to collect those ID from the team. So let's have a look. I'm going to go into Asana and I will create a new project. This is a blank project. I want to start from scratch, even if you can use Asana AI to basically build that for you. But usually Asana AI adds sometimes too many like custom fields, too many options, becomes too complex. So I want to keep things very simple and build them myself. ID management, and that's for a creative agency. All right, let's go. I want to start with the list view. So I usually disable all the other views because they don't make sense initially, because you usually start building something in the list view. If you really like the board view, you can start from there, but the list is required. So since it's required, I usually start with the list view right away. And maybe have a bit of a dashboard for later. Here we go. So if I go back to what ChatGPT actually told me, collect, review, and act. So basically those will be our different sections, and we'll create sections. We have collect, we have review, and we have act. I'm using the tab N shortcut to create sections very quickly. Collect, review, and act. Okay, so let's think about what actually is an ID. An ID is a title, a description. Also, I want to ask if the idea is related to the current state of the agency or a specific campaign that we're working on. I want to see if there's anything time sensitive with this ID, meaning that do we have to really work on this right away, and maybe assess the complexity of that ID in terms of execution. So let's try to capture all of this in a form. So I will go into customize, I will go into forms, and I will create a new form. I will change the name, submit an idea to the agency. I will ask for your name, and actually this is going to be something that we use internally only. So we don't want anyone outside of the agency to ask. Because I just did this, that means people do not have to provide email addresses. They will have to be logged in anyway to submit their idea. And because I am putting the submitters as task collaborators, you can see this popping up. That also means I will know exactly who created that submission. So I don't really need to ask for their names because they will be displayed automatically. However, I do need to ask for the title of the idea. Example, I don't know, hire a basketball player to play 1-1 with a famous person. That's going to be a text question, and it is required. I really want people to write something. I also want to ask for a description of this idea. This is a text as well, but I want it to be multi-line, so I click on this button. It is not required. Maybe the title will be self-explanatory. I want to ask if this is time sensitive. So let's say it's a single select. Is it time sensitive? And actually, I will need to create automation around this specific piece and maybe have some dashboarding around it and search and filter and groups or whatever. So I will need to connect this to a field. So let's connect to a field, but the field doesn't exist. So I will basically create a new one by typing a name, time sensitive. And then actually I'd need, I think it works this way. You can put the different options right there. Yes, it is time sensitive, and then no, it can wait. So those are the two options, and I want to make that required. I also want to ask the complexity, and again, I want a field, so execution complexity, and then I want to ask for high, medium, and low, and it is not required. All right, so let's have a look. I'm going to click on publish. I'm getting a link. Let's open that form. So as you can see, I'm logged in already in Asana, so I don't have to do anything specific. If I was not logged in, I wouldn't be able to access the actual form. Then my idea is to do a collab with our main competitor. I want to make fun of all the other competitors and get out on top, both of us. It is not time sensitive, and actually I forgot the name of the question, and it's pretty high in terms of execution. So let's submit this. I'm just going to go back to the form to edit. There you go. Execution. And as you can see, the name of the question doesn't have to be the same thing as the field we're using. It's completely separate. Save. All right, pretty cool. So I have my submission right there. I have the two custom fields that were created with the right value. Two problems over there. The first one is the name is obviously not perfect. You want the ID title to be the name, and also the section is not the right one. I want things to go into collect. So I'm going to go back into the form and into settings. So there's a new thing. I don't know if you knew, but there's a new option to select the section things will fall into when the submission comes in. So that's the one. And also there's a way to select the name of the actual submission. So in my case, it's going to be the title of the idea. So if I submit again, I'm just going to copy this. If I submit again, there we go. Actually, I'm going to change my answer for that time. There we go, submit. Then you can see my new submission goes into the right section. It has the right options and it's named properly. So it's much better. You can also see that colors were chosen randomly, and this is something that I hate about Asana. I really don't like that because I think, for example, the low option attracts your attention way too much with a yellow. So to me, it should be almost invisible. Also medium, sometimes medium should not even exist, like not giving a priority, not giving a value should be like the medium option. But in that case, whatever, we can keep it that way. And also the time sensitive, it's the same thing. You might be tempted to actually remove this. All right, so I want to do two automation. The first one is I want to assign this idea to someone specific if it is time sensitive. And also I want to post a comment to inform the team that a new submission came in. So let's go into the automation. Let's go into rules. I'm going to go pretty quickly. Assign time sensitive ideas. So the trigger in our case will be a new task is added to the project. they are coming from a form submission. It's usually pretty clean to do it this way, and you select the form that you like. The condition is that the time sensitivity is actually time sensitive, and when that happens, you want the assignee to be someone specific, let's say Alan. That's the first rule. Also, what you can do is, if you go back, you can actually do something like this. You can do otherwise and then assign to someone completely different. Or you can say something like comment, hi team. You can ping a few people. Do we have like Michelle, a new submission came in. As you can see, I'm using branches. The first one is based on a specific condition. The second one is just the otherwise. So if it doesn't match the first one, it goes into the second one. That's a good option. And also, just so you know, if you go back into the form option, right there, you have the ability to assign to someone specifically any submission that comes in. But in our case, we wanted that assignment to depend on the time sensitivity. So we really wanted something way more accurate and on point. Also, something I'm not going to share here today is the ability to use AI. If you use AI Studio, which is the ability to have AI within rules, you can potentially have AI basically analyze any new idea that comes in and rate this idea by using your internal guidelines or internal documents. And that could be something pretty useful if you need to save some time. What's even better is you can see the task appears as created by the form submitter. Also, the submitter appears as a collaborator, so you can even have AI ask additional question in the comments. So that's really interesting when you push things this way. So that's basically the simplest way to do this. Then you can decide to also have, just going to delete this. You can decide to also have automation around reviewing and acting. But if you want to start with something very simple, I would say that this is the best way to go. In addition to this list view, you can obviously have different saved views. So for example, you can have something that says to review, and then you could potentially close down the other section, just keep the review section open and save as the default view. There's no filter on sections yet. So something you might want to do is work with a custom field, a status field, instead of a section. That way you could potentially completely hide those other sections. And then one thing you can do is work on a dashboard. So you could say how many submissions we have in each state, how long do they stay in the project between creation date and completion date. This is the kind of thing you can do in the project. But again, this is something we tell the clients very often. Do not overcomplicate. You have to test things in real life as quickly as possible. So to me, this looks good. Like you can start using this on day one, have a few submissions and just test the form. And then you will quickly realize that you're missing some options in the form. You're missing automation. You will realize that people do not fill in description, so maybe you want to make the description not optional. So there's lots of stuff that can come, but don't try to anticipate all the edge cases. I would say just launch this, try, see how it goes, and then adapt as you go. That would be my best advice in that case. Let me know what you think about this specific format. Should we trust ChatGPT to give me good ideas of things to build? I hope you enjoy this. Again, we are i.DO. We are an Asana solutions partner. We can help you deploy Asana, and we can also get licenses for you, potentially with a discount depending on your situation. So let us know. Go to our website, and you can also book a demo if you don't know Asana yet. Have a good day.